Hi, Mr. Vishal.
Hi, is that Ipsit?
Hi, yeah, that's me.
Yeah, hi.
It's. Hi.
I know Ipsit
So,
Mahabat. I was delighted when I heard the surname. I'm not normally bothered about the surnames, but when someone from the state doing so well at the
oh,
national
thank you so
levels
much.
makes you feel good.
Oh, I was there in Odisha before the Hockey World Cup, but unfortunately, you were not there. I met Vinil, and I came back.
Acha,
I couldn't meet you then. I was there for briefly for a couple of days for the Hockey World Cup.
but
Prior to it.
I was around only Ipsit.
Yeah, probably you were not in office that day. I had gone to your office,
Oh, okay.
but I met him and I
Vinny.
came back.
All right.
Next time we'll catch up.
Sure.
So.
Where are you based now? So Chennai?
I am in Chennai, but last 5 months or 4 months or so, I've been in Delhi.
Okay.
So
All
kind of
right.
lockdown.
Yeah,
So,
understandable, of course. All of us are in the same boat.
so how have you been in Odisha?
So far, so good. Yeah. So the state has.
So good.
That's what you've been doing well in COVID management so far. Touch wood.
Correct,
Let's
correct.
see.
I've been. Let's see, let's see.
Let's see how the
So
future
let me.
goes. Yeah.
Correct, correct. Thank you for joining us on a Sunday. Let me formalize this a bit. So
Sure.
hello to all the people who are with us here. I'm Ipsit, Deputy Editor of Sportstar. Welcome to our Insta Live. Today we have a chance to look at how Odisha has risen and has become such a strong hub of sports. We have with us Mr. Vishal Dev, the administrator who's been at the forefront of leading Odisha's charge. We'd like to pick his brains on actually the question is from Odisha suddenly became so ambitious. It's not a state which was known for doing so well as a destination for sports and as providing a playing field for emerging talent. It's all changed and changed so massively. So welcome, Mr. Dev, and let me leave it to you. You can tell us
Thank you.
how ambitious you have been before we
Thank
go
you.
on to the questions.
Thank you so much, Ipsit. It's been a delight to be here on a live session with Sportstar. Look forward to sharing our thoughts and what exactly we're doing. Are we live already, or we'll be going live?
Yeah, yeah. We have started, so
Okay.
we are on schedule. Not a
Okay.
problem.
All right.
So after this, so hopefully when this COVID era ends, and hopefully faster, sooner rather than later, the entire dynamics of sport is going to change. There will be a lot of changes coming in, such as social distancing. Our infrastructure requirements will need to change.
That's right.
So how prepared are we? How prepared are we? Because Odisha was really flying high, or everything was in place. Now this will require a lot of changes. What are the challenges? What do you foresee?
I mean, when you talk of COVID, I think there's no facet of life that has remained unchanged, that it has not affected. And with dwindling sponsorships and empty stadiums, we're all talking of a new normal. What we have done so far is, our sports hostels are still closed, but we've been in touch with our inmates through webinars, and we've been giving them online training sessions to ensure that they kind of maintain their physical fitness. In the meanwhile, what has happened is over the last 3 months, we've chalked out plans for renovation of our sports hostels, of all our infrastructure, and the preparations for hosting big ticket events has been underway. It had kind of stopped for the last 3 months, but we've got it back on track, and we're preparing ourselves currently for the Women's FIFA Under-17 World Cup, scheduled in February, March. And so what we also did was we looked at when you talk, our endeavor has always been to see the growth of the entire sports ecosystem. And when you talk about sports ecosystem, it's not just about hosting international events. I think it has a lot to do with strengthening the grassroots. So we've been focusing on that, and all our 16 sports hostels, the renovation work is underway. We have reorganized and restructured the disciplines which have been allotted to different sports hostels to see that there's more focus. So earlier, for example, every sports hostel used to be catering to about 3 or 4 disciplines. It will now be limited to 1 or at the most 2 disciplines at the max. So the idea is to bring in more focus by way of coaching, training. So let's say Nayagarh Sports Hostel was earlier taking care of 3 or about 4 sports disciplines. It will now be only for football. So the idea is we'll be able to put in more coaches, more facilities specific to football at these sports hostel. So that's what's kept us busy in the last 3 months.
Fantastic. So as you rightly say, there will be a bit of fund crunch also. Revenue is a real deal which is going to affect everybody. So
That's
you will be probably forced to prioritize, as you have just mentioned, like become
Yes.
very specific with where you want to go with this.
So you see, there's been an across the board kind of cut for almost every department. And what we have done is we therefore had to brainstorm about what exactly it is that we need to continue with, what can wait for some time. What we did decide was that as far as the international sporting events is concerned, infrastructure related to that cannot be put on the back burner because it's just about 8 months away now. The FIFA Under 17 Women's World Cup, then preparations at Rourkela for the Hockey World Cup 2023 are also underway. Bhubaneswar may not need much of work because we just hosted the Hockey World Cup. But Rourkela would require a fair amount of upgrading of infrastructure and other facilities. So that is something which we prioritize along with our overall vision of strengthening the grassroots, making sure that the high performance centers become functional out of the permanent facilities at the earliest possible. So these are the things which we have prioritized.
I would like our viewers to also know that Mr. Dev also is heading the tourism department. So every time Odisha organizes something big, it showcases the state in a big way to a huge audience. So coming back to our sports question, you mentioned the Under 17 Women's World Cup. So a lot of people, for more reasons than merely sporting, are also looking to it to provide such a huge boost to women's football in the country. So your preparations, as you said, you are already on track. Can you share some of the plans that you are going to execute going ahead?
So we are one of the 5 venues for the FIFA Under 17 Women's World Cup, and I think we're lucky in the sense that apart from the pool matches, we'll also be hosting a quarterfinal and also a semi-final.
Correct.
And what's really exciting for us is that there's going to be a FIFA World Cup, Women's World Cup legacy program, which will focus on identifying, grooming, and nurturing young footballers from the state. So that is something which we'll be launching fairly shortly, and with the support of FIFA, they're going to be our technical partners in that. On the infrastructure front, Kalinga Stadium is going to be the venue. So our main pitch and the practice pitch there. Main pitch is ready as per FIFA standards. As far as the stadium goes, some civil work is underway. It will also be completed by the end of this month. The practice pitch in Kalinga Stadium is also being renovated along with setting up of changing rooms and other allied infrastructure which is required. We are doing 3 more new football pitches in the city outside the Kalinga Stadium, with the idea being that we'll have to give a pitch each along with the related facilities to each of the teams that are housed here. Correct. So all of those would be ready by September end completely. The pitches are more or less ready. The changing rooms, the other office rooms, etc. are underway. So by September end, we are confident of completing the whole work, and it's being done by NBCC, a renowned public sector construction agency in the country. And I did mention to you about the FIFA Women's Legacy Program, which is going to be very exciting, and it kind of fits in with our vision of, again, giving an opportunity and a platform for youngsters, talented youngsters from the state, to hone their skills and to play at the international level.
Correct. So that, let me tell you about when the first time you decided to sponsor the hockey teams and the word Odisha emblazoned on the jersey. It was a big surprise, but it's great to see. It's one of a kind of initiative. So again, coming back to that ambition question, where is all this coming from? What is driving all this? What's the thought process?
You see, it was the vision of our Honorable Chief Minister, and it was his desire to connect with the youth. And he gave a slogan saying, sports for youth, youth for future. So the idea was to connect sports and future, through the youth. That kind of, and hockey, when you talk of a vehicle for doing that, I think so there's nothing that beats hockey as far as Odisha is concerned. It's the most popular game.
Correct.
We've had some of the finest players that the state has given to the country for hockey. So I think the journey actually began in 2013 when we took a team in the Hockey India League, Kalinga Lancers, which was also the champion of the last edition of the league. And
Correct.
from there on, we went on to host the Champions Trophy, a few other international matches. And a good thing has been that our rapport and our relationship with all the federations that we worked with has been excellent. So they've been very appreciative of the support that the state government provides. And we in turn lay down our priorities. For example, we entered into a partnership with the All India Football Federation also. And we, as a part of that partnership, the National Under-16 and the National Under-19 teams are now based out of Odisha. So Bhubaneswar is their home ground. And so the idea again was to see that, the grassroots for these sports disciplines get strengthened by way of infrastructure, coaching and training. And when you spoke about the sponsorship deal, so I remember people asking me that why is the state sponsoring a national team? And I said, why not? If 10 more states can come forward, our constant crib and the disappointment that we face every time India goes to an international tournament of competition like the Olympics or Asian Games, and we fare rather miserably, I think that will be taken care of.
That's a great thought, sir. You just spoke about football. Let's talk a bit about football. Again, you have been in with AIFF. This support for ISL side, Odisha FC, what made you so not lucrative? Lucrative is not the right word. What made Delhi come to you? How did they realize that you would be so responsible for it?
So, post taking Kalinga Lancers in the Hockey India League, there was a desire to also take up football because it's one of the most popular and upcoming games in India, if you look at the national level. So we were wondering about how exactly, we could get into ISL, etc. And fortunately, it so happened that Delhi Dynamos, as a team was known earlier, they were looking for a change of option with some support, which we had discussions and we worked out an agreement. And lo and behold, they've been here and they've had a fantastic experience being in Odisha, and they're very happy with the support that they get from the crowd. So the crowd response to all the sports events has been phenomenal. And I think that's what makes Odisha very special for sports also.
Correct. So let me ask you, Odisha throws up a lot of talent, young talent at the juniors, at sub-juniors and all. And from there on, earlier probably it was the case that maybe they don't get the right kind of support, but now that's not the case. Incidentally, the fastest men and women in the country are from Odisha, Duti and Amya. So, and I also know a lot of other people who are doing like fairly well. So there are massive plans to build quality infrastructure in states. You were talking about that. Can you share a bit more of that vision with us? Like, say, for instance, somebody comes up from Mayurbhanj. He doesn't have to wait for 5 years to get noticed. He gets noticed and brought in immediately to the right place, right time. You've been working on something, I hear, for this.
Yeah. So, as far as elite athletes are concerned, the high performance centers which we started, we signed agreements way back in November 2018. And last year in February, I think within a period of about 3.5 months, our first HPC was up and running, the Abhinav Bindra Targeting Performance Center. So, which I believe is one of the finest sports science and rehabilitation centers in the country currently. I'm not too sure if you've visited them, but if you haven't, whenever you're here in Bhubaneswar next, I would urge you to.
I will.
So, I mentioned to you about the renovation, reorganization, and restructuring of the sports hostels. The idea being that we should be able to bring in a lot more focus on each of the disciplines that we are taking up at each of these hostels. So once a child does well and is identified as as someone who can go on to the national level, we get them to the high performance centers. So we have signed agreements for 11 high performance centers now across athletics, hockey, football, swimming, shooting, badminton, sports climbing, and also a center for excellence in sports management, which is a tie-up with the EM Lyon Business School of France and the Xavier University at Bhubaneswar. So
correct.
many of these, including weightlifting, many of these have become functional. What we are looking forward to over the next 1 year is to see that all of these high performance centers are operational from their permanent facilities. So currently we've got athletics and hockey happening out of Kalinga Stadium, also swimming. Weightlifting is currently operating out of the KIT University's campus. We've tied up with Anil Kumble's Tenwick Sports, which is doing that. For athletics, our partners are Reliance Foundation, and of course the government of Odisha is there. We've got a corporate sponsor also. So this was a very unique model that we came out with. Let me elaborate a little bit. So you see, what happens is most of the government's coaching centers get into problems because the government processes are not very flexible. You need to take a whole lot of approvals, etc. So that slows down the whole speed at which you can take decisions. In the case of our high performance centers, we said we're going to stay out of it. We will just play the role of a facilitator. So we got a corporate sponsor on board for part funding of the entire requirement. We got a sporting legend or a sporting company to run these high performance centers. So, and then the land was to be provided by the government of Odisha. So for athletics, as I said, Reliance Foundation has been a partner. For shooting, it is Gagan Narang and Aditya Birla Group. For hockey, it is the Tata Trust and Tata Steel, along with the Naval Tata Hockey Academy. For swimming, it is the JSW, funding from our side and from NALCO. For Abhinav Bindra Targeting Performance Center, it was Rungta Mines. For the Center of Excellence in Sports Management, it was KJS Ahluwalia, and KJS Ahluwalia Group is also taking care of weightlifting with Tenwick Sports of Anil Kumble. So in all of these, the idea is that we should be able to attract the finest talent in the country to come and train and coach here. And of course, the idea, primary objective is to also see that they provide the best platform for our youngsters, Odia boys and girls who are talented across all these high performance disciplines that we've chosen.
That's a great answer. So when I was in Odisha last time, what I saw was like an eye opener that this also is possible. So you have built a brilliant system in place where things are working. So let me now ask you, how disappointing it is right now that you have probably will be required to start everything from scratch. Okay, the systems are in place, but a lot of good work that went in has been kind of hurt by this pandemic sweep. So you're probably being forced to go back to the drawing board at some point.
Yeah, that's
is it
right.
like
So, for example, we've already got boys and girls of hockey, the Hockey High Performance Center girls, and the Athletics High Performance Center boys have come back. They've started their training, but social distancing, physical distancing, the whole sanitization of the place. So, I think what is most critical is the health and safety of all the stakeholders, primarily the players, the coaches, the officials, everyone. And even when we host, these large tournaments, the FIFA World Cup or the Asian Rowing Championship next year, we've also got the FIH Pro League matches, which were not held this year because of COVID. That will be held next year. So a lot of care will have to be taken, and it's like getting back to the table, and figuring out how best to do it. So SOPs have been brought out, of course. The SOPs that Sports Authority of India brought out, we have adopted them and to some extent contextualized them to our own requirements. And I hope they should give us solid footing to move forward. So the plans remain there. There is no change. And that's what is heartening.
Correct. Correct, correct. So, Mr. Dev, I am not an Instagram generation, so this is fun to do because
Neither
I
am
would
I.
rather prefer I would rather prefer sitting down with you. So probably when this thing ends and I get a chance, I'm going to come to Odisha and we are going to hopefully you'll have time to give to me. I can like really pick your brains on this. So thank
Absolutely.
you for giving.
It'll be a pleasure to see you in Odisha and do visit us. We'll be sharing our plans in detail also.
Thank you for giving us such time on a Sunday evening. So thank you again, sir, for your time.
Thanks a
Hopefully,
lot.
I'll see you in. Hopefully,
Sure.
I'll see you
Look
in
forward.
Bhubaneswar. Thank you.
Look forward.
Take care,
Thank
please. Take
you.
care.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
So, viewers, we are ending this now. Thank you for joining us. We'll catch you later.